Alright, so in this particular video I've asked Mark now to give us a review again of the Flex stack and pack system. My video, he did this for me about a year ago when we were at our other cabin and here at Lake Hartwell. So now it's been a year, so I asked him to kind of go over the stuff that he likes and some of the stuff that he dislikes about this Flex stack pack system for camping purposes. So I'm going to step out of frame and I'll let Mark take it away.
All right. Yeah, just do a little quick recap and why I changed my storage system. Like many people that like to camp, I had big totes, and so the older I got and the more gear I got, the heavier it was, and so it was harder to carry and move around, get into the truck, unload from the truck, take it to your campsite, especially if the campsite was farther from the parking lot. Then I switched to a wagon, right? So I had a wagon that the tote fit in, but you know, once you get there and then you open up the tote and everything kind of disorganizes, so you get everything packed the way you want at the beginning of the trip, and then you get it all jumbled up, and by the end of the trip you get everything back just in time to go home. So I had seen some people went with tool storage for some of their camping, and you know, it kind of intrigued me, so I went and I looked, and so there was 3 systems that I came down to as a finalist, right? So Milwaukee's pack out system, Klein had Mod Pack, I think, and Flex. And so, you know, I just really like the Flex, right? So I like the color. That was one of the main drivers of it, because, you know, Milwaukee's red, bright red, right? So it kind of stands out. Klein is bright orange, and this is just kind of neutral, right? Doesn't really stand out. It's like, you know, you can kind of blend into nature a little bit. So ended up going with it, and it's been great. I've really enjoyed it, and I just kind of wanted to touch, you know, Joe asked me to do this video to kind of say, oh, hey, let's give this a 1-year review. You know, what do you like from it? What don't you like from it? So I haven't used it a ton of trips. I've maybe done 6 over the last year where I've used it, and it's been consistent, right? So the things that I've liked about it, you know, time after time I like. Things that I don't like, kind of run into those problems. So start with number 1. The one thing I do not like from this is that it takes a larger footprint in the back of my truck, right? So as I get everything to my truck to unpack, this takes a spot, right? The true drawer system takes a spot, and then this, the one toolbox, the short toolbox, and the 2 half toolboxes fit and take a 3rd spot, right? And so I've also got an attachable crate that I take. That takes a spot. So I don't have as much room in my truck bed for other gear than I used to. So I have to be a lot smarter. I use a lot more of the back of my truck. So as opposed to a tote, right? A tote is kind of tall. It goes all the way almost up to my tonneau cover, and it fits good against the wall, so I can fit 2 totes and a whole lot of gear, right? So now with all of this, it's awkward spacing, and it takes up more room, more footprint room in my truck bed. So that's one of the things that I do not like. But really, there's really not that much not to like, right? So the other thing that I'll touch on is that I can't get to the bottom box, and some people have made comments on that original video, right? That you have to unstack things off the bottom one to get to it, and that's true, right? And so as you can see, this is how I have it around camp, right? So I usually have the 2 drawer, the 1 toolbox, and the 2 halves stacked on top of each other and on a picnic table, right? So I can kind of get to it, and then I have this one separately, so you can see, you know, I can just open it and I have to get to it, but everything has to be off of it. But you know, other than that, it's become a really, really good system. Some of the things that I like, when I was looking at it, you know, a lot of times you look at features and you're like, oh, I really like that feature, and then when you go to use it, you're like, oh, I don't use that feature that much. It was kind of like advertising. But the Flex Stack Pack I really, really do like, and different things about it that we can kind of go into here in a minute. And I want to also demonstrate, like, oh, hey, you know, you can't get into this toolbox without removing these, but you know, they're clamped in there, so I don't have to take them off. Make sure they're clamped down, right? So I can get into that toolbox without taking those off, right? So I can get into that, make sure I clamp them down, and there we go. I'll slide this one out a little bit, and then I can get into these two drawers, no problems. And they slide really good, no problems. So there. Just moving that, I kind of remembered another thing. This handle, when fully extended, right, snaps in, but it's got some play. It's not super tight. So when you imagine you have all of this stacked on top of the bottom box, you have the crate that goes on there, and you have it filled with stuff. I usually put my Dometic water jug in it, and then you kick back to roll it. It'll roll, but every now and then you're like, oh, I hope I don't bend this. So that is the other thing, that the handle is not 100%. Like I wish it was a tighter feel, and it just felt a little bit more sturdy, because the rest of the system is really sturdy. The plastic is thick, and that's what differentiates it from some of those other ones at Home Depot and Lowe's. Like I think Tough Belt has a system, Rigid, Home Depot. There's just a lot, right? And so they all come in different price points, and you get what you pay for, right? So some of them have a little bit of a thicker plastic, some of them have more variations. But if you want a system that has the most accessories, the most combinations that you want to go, by far, Milwaukee pack out system is the way to go. I mean, I think they have like I looked on their website right before we started this video, and there's like 131 items that you can put together. So, but at the core, this is what's really working for me. And since last year, right, we'll kind of touch on that. They now have Flex does the bottom roller with the wheels can be a one drawer, right? And so that comes out from the front. So I haven't looked into it. I might go that way, but yeah, you won't have that problem. So I could leave this whole system stacked together in the camp. So I haven't seen it. The only thing that I would love to look at it in real life is because this is truly a box, right? So it's just one big bin, and you can put awkward items, you put big items, you put heavy items in it, and it's at the bottom of the box, right? So that's where I like to put all my heavy stuff, so that it's not top heavy. And if you move to the one drawer, right, you lose some of that space, right? So you have to have the outer wall for rigidity for the drawer, right? Then you have the drawer on the inside, you have the rail, so you lose that space. And then I looked it up, the specifics of it. It's a 70-pound weight limit for the drawer, right? So if you pull the drawer out, you're not supposed to have more than 70 pounds in it. Still holds 250 pounds, the whole thing with the handles, but I'm thinking that the storage is going to be a little bit smaller, and the weight of the objects that you put in it is going to be a little bit less. But you do get that you can keep the entire system stackable. So trade-offs. The latching system's really good. I really like these little half boxes. Sometimes I take them off if I need to run somewhere. It kind of does have these little bins that I can organize as well. And then one of the things that I bought as an accessory, and you can kind of see on both these boxes down here, there's like a little silver gray stainless steel metal side rail that you can attach brackets to. And then with those brackets you can attach like these metal bars that you can hang. They're made to hang tools from, really, but you can also hang the bins from them, right? So you can get to your camp spot, you got your utensils, you just hang them in there, and then you can just reach them and hey, I need a spoon, right? So you don't have to keep going in and out of it. Same thing with this one. I have another one here that goes onto this side. So those little metal things are really, really handy for hanging things, and I've actually used them for handles. So when I'm moving, this thing is meant to be carried like a suitcase, right? And so these little side metal brackets with the cross members actually are really, really good handles, so I can pick it up and put them down. So really do like that. So it came with a lot of little dividers. I'm not using a lot of those dividers just because they take up a lot of space. And you know, when you're camping, you don't have lots of screws and bolts. You have lots of spatulas that, you know, kind of take up, that are kind of long, and so you gotta, you know, move a lot of stuff out of the way, parchment paper, things like that. So it's pretty good, and it's sturdy. Like when you close these things, you can really feel the quality. So everything is. And there's been a couple times where I've been pretty rough with it, and you know, either slammed a drawer or something, and it's held up pretty well. The latching systems have been bulletproof. If anything doesn't latch, it's my own fault, right? And so one of the things that I kind of went over in the first time was this bottom drawer. When I stacked it on top, I was like, man, something's wrong. This drawer is broke. I can't open it. Well, come to find out, and it was just by chance, what I saw is that I had these up, right? Because I was playing with it, right? So I was like, you know, taking the half drawer off, you know, I was putting them down here just to make sure everything fit, you know, would clamp on, and I was like, oh, hey, this is pretty cool. This is, you know, I can move stuff all around. Well, then come to find out, I left that up. And so when I put the 2-drawer system on, I couldn't open that bottom drawer. So, but, you know, trial and error. So it's been a really good system. I've enjoyed it. I don't see a reason to go back to the totes. I think I just have to be a little bit more strategic with the amount of gear I carry. And I think that's the problem that we all kind of run into, is like year after year we accumulate stuff, and so I just got to be smarter about my gadgets. So yeah, Flex Stack Pack, it's a good system. I'm enjoying it, and yeah, I'll continue to use it for the foreseeable future. So.
All right, everybody. So if you haven't seen the first video on the Flex Stack Pack system, please go check out that video on my channel. And then if you've seen it already, then I hope you enjoy this one, kind of showing you those little bit of features and those things that Mark found that he likes and kind of doesn't like about it. But so far, overwhelmingly, seems like a really good system. He's going to continue to use it. So I'm glad for him, because, gosh, he brings everything that I always forget and has a lot more gear than I do. So it's perfect that he has this system. So, all right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. If you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. If you have any questions about the Flex system here, just add them to the comments, and I'll ping Mark, and he can answer them for you if you have any questions about it. And we'll have another video for you soon. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and we'll have another video for you soon, everybody. So, thanks for watching NC Piedmont Outdoors, camping, fishing, and hunting adventures.